Kingdom Hearts 3, a game made by Square Enix, and in partnership with our entertainment overlords, Disney. You've played the amazing Final Fantasy games, you've watched the legendary Disney films, now play a game that owns both of those licenses, but only uses one out of the two because Disney has the bigger stick. Be prepared to venture into the hardcore, serious, non-cheesy...
Roxas does exist. His heart's inside my heart.
Okay, the semi-difficult, somber, only a little bit cheesy. I swear this isn't a kid's game. I mean, it shouldn't be anyway, since everyone who did play the originals when they first came out are now in their 30s. Don't let the Disney logo fool you into thinking this is going to be an easy story to follow, because you'd be wrong. There is so much knowledge of backlogged information to catch up on so that you can understand the story, which I don't need in the same game where I can chill out with Winnie the Pooh. But to be fair, there's a sense of nostalgia to the game. Well, for me anyway. Because when you get to visit the Disney worlds, you get to interact with all the characters that you remember as a kid. But not only that, but they only go and put a backing track of all the songs and the levels. So I'm trying to kick Heartless ass while You've Got a Friend in Me is making me into a nostalgic wreck. But to counteract the overcomplicated story, they've developed an oversimplistic fighting mechanic, where you just press X. And when you've hit enough enemies, you can press triangle to absolutely fuck up the arena with a Disney ride. But if you want to make your time in Kingdom Hearts 3 that much easier, then have I got a sales pitch for you. The Ultima Weapon. The strongest Keyblade in the game. You get this by collecting the 7 Orichalcum Pluses that you acquire throughout the worlds. A few of them from doing disgustingly long tasks like finding all the blue wedges in the Frozen Slide minigame. But if you end up getting this before the final bosses, you'll end up just playing right through them. And you can choose if that's a good thing or not. Oh, did you like the addition of the Gummy Phone and its endless list of lucky emblems, adversaries, treasures, game records and synthesizers? No? Well, you're in shit creek then, because if you're wanting to get this platinum, you're expected to fill in all of it. Every single thing.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But I did. I did have time for that. And I felt the regret creep in about halfway through the synthesize section, because there is too much. I had to grind and grind and grind to get what I needed to synthesize everything. But look on the bright side, it helped me get that much closer to the level 99 trophy. Yay me. The only part I did enjoy about the list were the hidden Mickeys, and that's only because they're cute as f***, and I remember them being at the real life Disneyland, and that's my happy place. Okay, 99% of it is my happy place. But something this game doesn't have a lack of, and that's minigames. Half the worlds you visit has a themed minigame that you can partake in. Festival dancing in Corona, the Verum Rex game in Toy Story, sledding in Arendelle, and the VR training in San Francisco. And you need to get the highest possible scores as you can to get a trophy for each. But not only that, but each world had its own plan. Don't ask me what's going on. I guess the bad guys can possess fruit now? Regardless, each flan contains its own minigame, and if you can do all 7 with the highest score, then you can unlock one of those Orichalcum Pluses I was talking about earlier. But not only that, but each flan gives you a rare fruit that you can use in the cooking minigame. Yup, you heard that right, the Kingdom Hearts series took a 20-year hiatus to bring us something Cooking Mama did back when the DS was relevant. And just like the rest of the minigames, it expects you to do everything perfect. So don't fuck up the stupidly precise timing required, which you will, because you'll end up burning your ingredients and having to farm for more.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Or just do what I did and restart the save and try again. But let's not forget the biggest minigame from the Kingdom Hearts series, and that's the Gummy Ship. But in this game, it's its own game, since it's all open world, full of secret bosses to fight. There's even bosses to fight, so you can fight another boss. But here I recommend you edit your Gummy Ship to get the speed and strength well up so you can take on the stronger bosses like the Leviathan. Which seems like a hard fight at first until you realise it's not. It's just a really long one, where all you're really doing is holding down the X button, but also throwing a couple figure of 8s in there as a good countermeasure against his attacks. I just want to say that it may sound like I've been shitting on this game, which I have been, but that doesn't mean that I think it's a bad game at all, because I still really enjoyed it. But that's probably down to me being a massive man-child, and I'd recommend this game to anyone who has a soft spot for Disney, as long as you can bypass the over-convoluted story. But should you platinum the game? Look, if you're going to go on this journey, be warned, it's a long and finicky one. Since the lists aren't the most fun things to complete, it's not hard in the slightest, but it's very long and very boring. But it's Disney, so we must worship them regardless. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, then consider subscribing as well, it really helps me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Distance doesn't matter. Andy's part of their hearts, just like my friends are part of mine.
Alright, I get it, it's a kid's game.